Hello everyone, welcome to Beauty in the Garden. I'm T. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now if you go ahead and start your garden, do not be discouraged. Things like this is going to happen. Now my garden has taken some hits. Now do not think that you ever have done anything wrong. These are some of the things with gardening that you cannot avoid. Now sometimes you can, if you can really you really onto the weather and you really have the coverings and things like that, you can go ahead and probably prevent some of these things from happening. Now with my plants, I'm going to show you how they're looking, okay? And that some things will bounce back, some things will not. And if they don't, understand it's a process, it's a learning process, and as you go ahead and garden, you will start to see this happen, especially year after year after year. Some things that you will grow one year will be fabulous and produce amazing, and then you have some things that did amazing that last year that is just not going to do anything whatsoever. So it's just one of those things that happens when you garden. We would love for everything to be perfect and pristine and immaculate, but that does not happen. So I'm going to show you guys some of the things that has occurred, you guys, in the garden. Now I am about to go ahead and head out. I did went ahead and harvest some things, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that video and that clip, but I'm really wanting to touch bases on this before I go ahead and head out. Just keep doing what you need to do. Some things is not going to work out as planned, but if you keep on at it, you will start to educate yourself along the way of how things interact with others, and as well the spacing and things like that. You can just pretty much go ahead along with it. But when it comes down to the weather, there's some things you just cannot avoid. So I hope you guys really enjoy the video. Go ahead, you guys, and hit that thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I do upload a video. So let's go ahead with this garden tour and showing you guys the good, bad, and the ugly. And I appreciate each and every one of you coming on to the channel and watching and enjoying the process of success and failure in the garden. I try my best to, if things don't look right, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Some people would try to nurture the plant on. I am one of them people that would, if it don't look like it's going to make it, I'm not going to put that much effort into it. I will just go ahead and remove it. Now if I really want that plant, then I would try. But most of the time, and I'm gonna say 85 to 90% of the time, if my plant does not look to that point that I need it to be, I'm going to go ahead and remove it, because by the time I start to nurture that plant, I could have went ahead and started a new one. So I'm about to show you guys what's going on in the garden. So thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, you guys, like I was telling you, that I'm going to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly when it comes down to gardening. So right here is my snow peas. Now my snow peas are actually in a pretty mature state, which you see here. But because our temperatures went from a 72-degree day down to a 27-degree night to protect itself from the cold. So a lot of my plants that has been established just did not handle the cold very well. So this is some of the things that can happen when you have such a dramatic temperature drop. So I'm going to show you here, these are my dinosaur kale and my peas. Now the peas that really have gotten burnt by the cold, I'm just going to go ahead and remove them. The dinosaur kale will be just fine, but you see here, even down to my golden acre cabbage here, that really took a hit. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all the damaged leaves off of the plants. So when you have this issue and your plant is still trying to bounce back, go ahead and remove any leaves that have been damaged from the frost. So the plant will give its energy into recovering. Now, if you can see here, the plants are still doing beautiful, but by removing these, it's going to go ahead and give that energy into the plant, and that plant is going to want to bounce itself back and be as best of a plant that you can get. So go ahead and take those off, and as well, it will prevent all those slugs and snails from eating your leaves. So just go ahead and remove any leaves that has any yellowing going on, because it does not serve the plant any good. So here's some peas back here that I'm flipping open and down. These are some peas that I did not go around and tie yet. So I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and take them out. And I'm just going to eat them in some salad. So they actually going to taste just like the peas. So these are just considered now pea shoots. And now I'm just going to go ahead and use these in a salad. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those to the side. They're absolutely still beautiful. So I am going to do a little bit of weeding like I always do. Anytime that I'm in the garden, I try to still pick out some weeds. I don't try to go in and just do everything in one day and exhaust myself. I still want to enjoy the process. So I go ahead and just do some things at a time. Now here I'm showing you guys how leggy this plant is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take that plant up and I'm going to bury it deeper. Now by digging it deeper is going to help that plant from getting shocked, transplant shock. So I'm just going to go ahead and take care of it that way. Now if you see here, this is the cold damage. This is the daikon radishes you guys just seen in the video, but because there was not enough sugar in these plants leaves and it just burnt these leaves, and see how the middle is coming back strong. The plant was bouncing back, so I went ahead and removed all that. The same thing with this golden acre cabbage. I'm going to go ahead and dig this one up as well. And I'm going to probably do a roughly probably maybe a 4-inch pot kind of diameter, so I can go ahead and not have transplant shock. So these are the watermelon radishes. You see how the cold had damaged them? Now these are all cold hardy plants, but because the temperature dropped so fast, that it actually damaged the leaves. So even if your plant is established, but if you have a dramatic weather change, this will happen to you. But all in all, look how beautiful these watermelon radishes are. This one did not produce, but guess what? I am going to keep it, because guess what? It is still a watermelon radish. It's just not big. So I will be cutting that up as well and tossing it into the salad. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I showed you guys a beautiful picture of a salad that I made with my watermelon radish. So here's the quick harvest of the day. Now, all the stuff that I have picked off, all the damaged leaves and things like that, all that's going to go onto the compost. Now, here is my elephant garlic. And it's doing amazing. I went ahead and covered up this bulb because it seemed like it was exposed. It's already starting to swell, so I went ahead and covered it. If I start seeing the bulbs exposed, I will go ahead and put some soil or something. So right here is my napas. Now my napas are doing beautifully. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and remove any kind of damaged floppy leaf. I'm going to go ahead and remove that because, like I said, you want to remove anything that is not going to serve your plant any purpose whatsoever. You do not want it to bring pests to your plant, so just go ahead and remove it. And as I'm looking at the napas, you guys, it looks like this one here wants to do it hard. Over here is my Japanese giant red mustards. And what you see, I'm just going to go ahead and remove all these damaged leaves. Now, these leaves are absolutely beautiful. Look at the color, the veins. It's just absolutely beautiful. And if you guys already know, I just love the Japanese giant red mustards. It has a tuna wrap. I just love it. It gives it just a little spice if you're into spice. See, you guys, it's actually starting to want to form a heart. Now, these are my 30-gallon grow bags from Vivo Sun. Now, I will leave those guys in the description box below if you guys want to go ahead and order those, I will put those in the description box below as well. So let me make you guys laugh. So the number one rule is to always label your plants. Now, I'm not even going to tell you guys a lot. I am so confused right now if this is my Savoy cabbage or is this my collard greens. But I'm thinking this is my Savoy cabbage, but I'll let you guys know. Once it starts to form, if it forms a heart, then I know for sure that this is my Savoy cabbage. But I'm really hoping this is my collard greens, but I do not know what my label is, and I do not want to tell you guys wrong. So right here is all my golden beets, which the cold had hit it. So you guys see here the damage that had occurred, but you do see the new growth. So I'm glad it did not stunt the plant completely, but you see that I'm having some of it to grow back, but the plants will hold out. But I am thinking I'm going to go ahead and put some type of cloth or hoop over these till they can get themselves built back up. Over here is my purple broccoli, and they're doing great as well. So this is pretty much the tour when it comes down to what I'm going to show you in the garden, and how to go ahead and take care of your plants to kind of get them back a jump start. And along the beds, I did tell you guys I planted garlic. Is the harvest of the day. I'm really happy with what I ended up harvesting today. And as well, I'm going to go ahead and probably make a watermelon radish with some pea shoots and a salad, and it's going to be good because the pea shoots are very refreshing. Now, like I was telling you guys, I am definitely going to go ahead and replant those. But this right here, you guys, is the harvest of today. Now, if you've never seen the color of a watermelon radish, is a beautiful pink flesh, and it has a very mild taste. And right here is my fig tree. I need to go ahead and clean up that. And my husband went ahead and cut up some more of the leaves. And hey, my pile has gotten bigger, so I need to do that. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and clean off our harvest today. Just go ahead and give it a good wash. Now, once I take it into the house, I am going to go ahead and scrub them and clean them. But you want most of the debris off of your plants before bringing them into the house, because you don't want that down your drain. Now, everything that I'm going to be removing off of these off the harvest today will go onto the compost, so it won't go to waste. I'm going to go ahead and take all the leaves off of the watermelon radishes, and I'm going to go ahead and put them onto the compost. Now, I do think I'm going to go ahead and try to plant up some more radishes in the place of the ones that I removed, because now, you guys, I have an empty spot in the garden, and I kind of just want to go ahead and fill it back up, because I just have that garden itch to make sure that everything stays full. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and put something else in place. But here's the watermelon radishes. They are a great size. at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay motivated. Keep growing your own food. Enjoy the process. And remember, you guys, there's beauty in everyone's garden. And bye-bye for now.